Pony in Hyrule by Pushi2009. Chapter 5. Vio had woken up late. He got out of bed, stretched, and got up. As he opened the door, he saw Fluttershy. She jumped a bit when he opened it.
"Oh, hello, Vio. I was just coming to wake you up,"
she said in her soft voice. "Good morning, Fluttershy," Vio said, yawning.
"Red made breakfast. It's pancakes. Pinkie Pie's been helping him cook,"
she said. "Great," said Vio, walking into the kitchen. They all sat round a large table with 8 chairs around the side, 6 of which were already occupied. Green sat next to an empty chair, and Blue was sat next to Applejack. To Pinkie Pie's left there was AJ, and to her right was Red. Twilight next to Red. Vio sat down next to Green. He looked saddened and was staring down at the floor. "Come on, Green," said Vio. "They're all really nice," he said quietly. "That's the problem," said Green, but so no one else could hear him. "They're being so nice to me, even after I almost killed them." "I can't believe I tried to kill things so innocent," Green said. "Come on, man, get some food in you, and we can have a day out somewhere today," Vio said. "You're right," said Green, as he started to eat. "Alright, we should go someplace today," said Vio. "I mean, there's loads of places we can go," he said. "Yeah, that's a good idea," said Blue. "We should go visit the Zoras," Red said. "We haven't seen them in ages." That was true. They had not seen the Zoras personally, but knew they were assisting in the search for Zelda. "Yeah, we can introduce them to our new friends." After they had eaten, they made plans to go through the forest, walk across the field, and then enter the domain. "I'm sure you'll love it," Red said to Pinkie Pie. "There's lovely waterfalls and ice sculptures, and the food is just great," he said happily. "Wow! I'm sure my friend Rarity would love it there," she said excitedly. "Who's Rarity?" Red asked. "Oh, she was a friend of mine back in Ponyville," she sighed. You know, if me and Fluttershy, Twilight and Applejack ever find a way back to Equestria, I would want you guys to come as well," she said. "I would never leave a friend without me," she said. "Oh, that's so nice, Pinkie," Red said, smiling. "Alright, we should be going now," said Green. They all had their swords and weapon of choice. For Green, a small yellow boomerang, which always came back to him no matter what. For Blue, a large hammer strong enough to break bones. Red has his slingshot, which had no powers at all. Vio picked up his bow and enchanted quiver. Vio, why do we need these weapons?" Fluttershy asked from his side. "There's been a shit ton of monsters lately," Blue said. "Ya mind if y'all wouldn't swear?" said Applejack. "Oh yeah, I mean, yes, Applejack," said Blue. Twilight noticed Vio slip something into his pocket, but didn't get a good look at what it was. "Alright, let's get out of here," Green said. The party of 8 were walking through the path in the forest. They had been walking for quite a while. There was a large snap from behind a clump of bushes. What was that?" Fluttershy whispered to Vio. He drew his sword and walked slowly to the bushes. He walked round and saw bokoblins, 6 of them. They turned around and saw him. "Shiza!" Vio cursed. They turned and raised their machetes. They started charging at him. "I need help over here," he yelled, quickly cutting down one of them. Blue joined the fray and kicked one hard in the chest, then stabbing it through the heart. Red stunned one with his slingshots while Green cut its head off. Blue had been practicing his moves on dummies. "That must have hurt," Vio thought as one of the mares looked away and Blue did his ogre on one of the bokoblins. It wouldn't have worked if their shoulder joint had been stronger. Oh, cheeky reference there. Whack! One of the bokoblins had hit him as hard as it could have with a metal club around the face. Anybody would have at least got a broken skull from the impact, but Vio just stood there, his head tilted slightly where the bokoblin had hit him. "I think you're going to need a bigger club," Vio said, which was probably not possible as the club was about 7 inches in circumference. He then grabbed the bokoblin's throat and lifted him off the ground. He then threw it with one hand. It went about 10 meters and impaled on a low-hanging tree branch. Everyone and Pony, including the final bokoblin, which was in a struggle with Red, was staring at him, gobsmacked. "What?" he said matter-of-factly. Red stabbed the bokoblin in the throat, and it rolled off of him. What? Green said. Let's just keep moving, Vio said. They stood in a large cavern. There were lovely waterfalls everywhere. Crystalline water cast reflections over the roof of the cavern. "Hi, Mikau," said Red to one of the Zoras. The Zoras were humanoid, but they had fins and gills like a fish. "Oh, hello, heroes," he said. "Who are these?" he said, gesturing to the mares. "Oh, we're just taking them for the day out here. They're friends," Blue said. "Hi, I'm Pinkie Pie, and I love to have parties and eat sweets and talk and talk and talk," she said, almost knocking Mikau off his feet. "Sorry about her. She's just a little overexcited about meeting new ponies. I mean people. Zoras?" Twilight said the last part uncertainly. "I'm Twilight Sparkle," she said. "I'm Applejack," AJ said. I'm Fluttershy," the Pegasus said very quietly. "Didn't catch that," Mikau said. "I'm Fluttershy," she said a little louder. "We should have a party!" Pinkie Pie shouted suddenly. "I'm sure that can be arranged," said Mikau. "But I'm sure that you are hungry from your travels. I'm sure you will want some dinner," he said. "Yeah, we're staying overnight." "Man, it's been a long time," said Blue, as they admired the amazing ice sculptures. "We haven't seen these before." "You girls want to get a drink?" Vio said. What kind of drink?" Applejack said. "Any," Blue said. I'm okay, thanks." "Nah, I'll pass," AJ said. "I'm alright," Twilight said. "Tempting offer, but I'll pass," Pinkie Pie said. "Alright then, I'll just be in here if any of you need me," said Vio, walking into a small pub named the Zora's Hide. The pub was very loud inside. Zoras sat at tables playing cards and gambling. Something bumped into his knee, and he looked down. It was Fluttershy. "Oh, what are you doing here?" Vio asked, almost having to shout. He knelt down to hear her response.
"Oh, I don't want a drink, just to, hang out,"
she said, her cheeks going slightly pink. "Alright then," he said, smiling. "Hey kid, what are you doing with that stupid pony? Oh!" A big Zora with large muscles said from the bar. Vio turned slowly. "Did you just call her stupid?" Vio said angrily. "Ha! Yeah, I did. Some kid walks into a bar with a stupid dipshit pony and expects to be all cool. Hard, hard, hard." Vio tilted his head to one side and raised his eyebrows. "Ha! Hey, dipshit pony, your wings are so small, it's unholy. Fluttershy started to cry. Vio couldn't bear to see her cry. You made her cry, you heartless bastard," Vio said very angrily. "Yeah, that's right, dipshit. Had, the Zora said. "You're going to apologise now, before I do something you will regret," Vio said, calmly, but his voice wavering a little. "Yeah, what's a kid gonna do to make me regret that?" he said. "Oh, I'm so scared. A kid's gonna hurt me for being mean to his stupid pony girlfriend. Is that really the best you can get? A fucking pony? Har. This was enough. He grabbed the Zora's throat. He lifted him off the ground. Everyone was staring. Now Vio was just a kid, right? Well, 20 was a kid compared to them. This was a burlier than average, fully grown Zora, who spent his whole day sat at the bar drinking. Now Vio lifted him off the ground by his throat, with one hand showing no signs of difficulty. He carried him out of the pub and pinned him against the wall of it. "You're going to apologise right now," said Vio, as calmly as he could. He loosened his grip slightly just so the Zora could talk. "Fuck you, kid," the Zora said. Vio pulled out his sword with one hand and put it next to the Zora's throat. "Apologise or die." "I'd rather die. I'd be sorry to a fucking pony girl," he spat back. "Have it your way," he said. He was just about to cut the bastard when... "Stop!" They both looked towards where the voice had come from. It was Fluttershy. "Don't kill him," she said. "Why? This piece of shit was being horrible to you. And what had you done? Nothing," Vio said. You just can't go around killing things," she said. "Why?" Vio replied tonelessly. "Just let him go, please." she said. Yeah, you heard that, bitch. Now let me— Oh! Fuck! Vio had punched him hard in the chest. A loud crack was heard. You do not call her that. Do you understand me? Vio said. Yes! The Zora said, some blood in his mouth. Vio unsheathed his sword and turned away.
You didn't have to do that,
Fluttershy said as they walked away from the walking, talking piece of shit. He sighed. I know, but I just can't let him talk to you like that. He was horrible, Vio said.
It's fine. You're just too overprotective of me, that's all,
she said.
I'm just upset about what he said about my wings. My friends say that it wasn't very noticeable. I can't believe they lied to me, she said, starting to cry again. Hey, he didn't mean it, said Vio. I think your wings look beautiful, he said. Really?
She said, smiling again. Of course, Vio said. She stretched them out. It was the first time he had properly seen her wings. She flapped them a little and hovered at the level of his head. Her wings were much better now, thanks to Twilight's healing spells. Wow, that's so cool, said Vio.
It's nothing. Pegasi fly all the time. My friend Rainbow Dash always takes part in races. She's very competitive. She works on the Ponyville weather team, she said. Vio's eyes twitched at the mention of Rainbow Dash. Weather team? Vio said, confused. Oh, in Equestria, the weather is created by Pegasi, by the Pegasite at Clousdale, and the sun and moon are raised by Princess Celestia and Princess Luna, she said. Have you ever met Celestia? Vio asked, a small grin on his face. Well, yes, being an element of harmony and all, she said. What's an element of harmony? Vio said, intrigued. There are 6 elements of harmony: honesty, laughter, loyalty, generosity, kindness, and magic. Applejack is honesty, Pinkie Pie is laughter, Rainbow Dash is loyalty, Rarity is generosity, I'm kindness, and Twilight is magic, she said. Huh, perhaps Rarity and Rainbow Dash will come here as well, he said. Vio still felt guilty about transporting Fluttershy and her friends here. But what if Rainbow Dash and Rarity were already in Hyrule? What if they were captured? What if? What if? I don't know. Help me. What if? What if they captured? What if?